Hi, my name is Troy Harvey. I live in Ohio. Troy, Ohio. Job titles I have had are aircraft mechanic, ALS, electronic assembly for the DoD, First Gulf War, inspector and inspector general for safety. I have held positions in steering team committee, safety team coach, hazmat, first response, housekeeping, PPP, lockout, tagout. I hold a number of awards and recognitions, certifications. Among the awards is Employee of Distinction and Champion. Religion, science, technology, safety, team management, and organization being my strong points. I'm reading off a letter here. So I lost my place. I got on Social Security disability in 2012 due to a number of ailments, sleep apnea being the worst at the time, and I have a bad back. In 2015 and 2016, my son graduated. 4 to 5 months before his graduation, my son started getting sick chronically. Overnight, my ex-wife called me one night ecstatic, saying, "Come take our son to the hospital. He's throwing up." He's throwing up foam, and he can't stop. I immediately drove over there to their apartment. As I got there, my son came to the door crying. And I remember him saying, "Dad, I don't know what's wrong with me." The hospital, the doctors, cancer doctor, gastro doctors thought my son's symptoms were strange. So I quickly started researching and fell back on my safety training. His symptoms kept pointing to radiation poisoning, electronic, magnetic poisoning. With my training, I started looking for the root cause. There are no power poles near their apartment, no cell phone towers, no faulty electrical wiring in the apartment. So I dug and came across their report on radar devices. I remember seeing a lot of Black Hawk helicopters, some just a couple hundred feet above my son's apartment. So I put 1 and 2 together and took my findings to the cancer doctor. And I flat asked him, can this be the cause of my son's symptoms? He read the first 2 pages and handed me the paper back, looked me in the eye and said yes. I couldn't believe it. Me? My son? Why? How can this be? So I started documenting everything, writing reports, video, photos. Then I started getting sick. The more I dug, the more they microwaved me, torturing me. Burning my flesh up on my body, making me so sick at times I couldn't even get out of bed. Doctor after doctor, test after test. I flat asked my son's gastro doctor again, is my son's illness from radiation poisoning, electromagnetic poisoning, microwave poisoning? The gastritis doctor said, "Oh, there's nothing in your house that can do this. This is military signature." My son was in school yet when he started getting sick. The devices are used in warfare and to save lives and rescue, not to be misused as devices to inflict harm and illness on the general public. The sick, twisted entities abused and misused the devices to cause pain and suffering to the point in which they take delight in tormenting of others. I have called the FBI 3 times, documenting it each time. Once you say microwave, they hang up on you. On April 2021, I tried to make a police report. The Miami County Sheriff's flat denied me. They wouldn't make a report. Said they weren't going to make any report like that. I was sent to the hospital time and time again due to the devices being used on me, even armed with reports and asking to be treated for Havana syndrome. The hospital pink slipped me and tried to say I was mentally ill, crazy. After being detained for a week in adult protective mental ward and talking with the doctors there and going over my data and explaining everything, they came to the consensus that I'm not nuts, not crazy or delusional or none of that. Besides the adult protective place, I have a total of 3 different doctors that validate that I am not crazy. I have 3 different doctors confirming me and my son are being poisoned, radiation poisoned. My plea is a call to action to be vigilant and on guard. So devices of good intent aren't misused as instruments of harm. Me and my son have been discriminated against, our rights violated. We have been victimized, causing pain and suffering. Simply, the entities take delight in the tormenting of others. All other human beings that read this, all authoritarian figures, Remember who you are, your oath. But we are humans, made in God's likeness. We need you to remember. We need you to become more than what you are. We need you now. People need you now. Not tomorrow, not next week or next year. We need you to be human now.